Hello everyone, welcome to Students Point. This is 4th of June and today we have to see 9 important questions along with some additional facts. So be attentive and be focused till the end. And if you wish to get PDF of all these videos, you have to join me on Telegram by writing the channel's name Students Point. You will recognize the channel by this logo there and thereon you will receive all the PDFs. And if you are finding my videos useful, don't forget to like it and share the video with your friends and loved ones. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel by pressing on the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed, then press on this bell icon so that you never miss any opportunity to learn and grow every day by receiving all the latest notifications of important videos. So let's begin. But before that, you have to answer one question in the comment section. Here is a question. The name Nisarga for the recent cyclone in Arabian Sea has been suggested by which country? These are the options. Read the options carefully and then answer it in the comment section. And today we will get to know that why the Arabian Sea or the cyclones in Arabian Sea are weaker than cyclones in Bay of Bengal. As we have seen the recent cyclone in Bay of Bengal as cyclone Amphan, and now we are seeing cyclone Nisarga in Arabian Sea. So we must know the difference between these two cyclones. Let's move ahead. The first question now. Bimal Julka committee is related to. So Bimal Julka committee is related to film media. So yes, C is the right answer. An expert committee on rationalization of film media units and review of autonomous bodies submitted its report to the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. This committee found that there are overlapping of works performed by different institutions, so there are misconceptions and confusions. So it has suggested to create an umbrella configuration with 4 broad verticals under which institutes should work. So there will be hierarchy of 4 institutions and they are production, festival, heritage and knowledge level, and these verticals should be headed by professionals. So when there will be verticals of institutions, automatically the entities will know that for what purpose they need to visit to which institution. Just like we have in courts, we have hierarchy of courts, just like we have to move to first to lower court, then to high court and then to Supreme Court. So when there is clearly demarcated functions for different institutions, it becomes easier for an entity to move to different institutions as and when required. That is why it has suggested to create 4 levels of different levels of institutions, and this will be headed by professionals. And it has also recommended creation of film promotion fund for independent filmmakers for making commercial films. The next question now. World Bicycle Day is being observed on. So World Bicycle Day is being observed on 3rd of June, and this year is the 3rd edition of World Bicycle Day. The United Nations General Assembly declared June 3rd as International World Bicycle Day in the year of 2018, and World Bicycle Day is now being associated with promoting a daily lifestyle for those who are suffering with type 1 and type 2 diabetes. You will be surprised to know that there is a country in Europe called as Netherlands. In Netherlands there are many cities where there are no cars. People love to use bicycle there. It is good for their health and good for environment as well. So they don't associate bicycles with the status of a person. We need to learn this from them. The next question now. Kohala hydropower project will be set up by which country? So this Kohala hydropower project will be set up by China in POK, that is Pakistan occupied Kashmir. This Kohala hydropower project will be constructed on Jhelum river. And earlier India has also objected to the construction of the Amir Bhasa Dam. We have seen question about the Amir Bhasa Dam, which is being constructed in Bhasa region in POK, in Gilgit-Baltistan region. The next question now. Consider the following statements about cyclones in the Indian Ocean. See, here we will get to know the difference between cyclones which originates into Arabian Sea and those which originate in Bay of Bengal, and how does these two differs. See, cyclones formed in the Bay of Bengal side are more frequent and stronger than those on Arabian Sea side. This statement is correct. So here you have to keep it in mind that in Bay of Bengal we see frequent cyclones, while in Arabian Sea we don't see cyclones frequently, while cyclones in Bay of Bengal are more severe and more powerful, while cyclones in Arabian Sea are weaker. Not as weaker, but it is weaker as compared to the cyclones which originate in Bay of Bengal. For instance, we have seen the cyclone Nisarga, whose speed reached up to 100 km per hour. But the speed and intensity of winds in cyclone Amphan was much more severe, and the winds here reached even up to 200 km per hour in cyclone Amphan. The relatively cold waters of Arabian Sea discourage the kind of very strong cyclones that are formed on Bay of Bengal side. This statement is also correct. See, waters in Arabian Sea are colder than waters in Bay of Bengal. We have earlier discussed that how cyclones originate, and we have seen that the water surface of sea acts as the source of heat for cyclones, and as long as the cyclones travels in this water of sea surface, they get more intense. Why? Because heat is continuously transferred from oceanic water to these cyclones. But as the water of Arabian Sea are colder than Bay of Bengal's water, so automatically it will not get enough heat to get more intense than those cyclones which are getting more heat from the waters of Bay of Bengal. So I hope you understand that why cyclones in Arabian Sea are weaker than cyclones that originate in Bay of Bengal. So since here both of these statements are correct, so C is the right answer. Next question now. Which state has celebrated Statehood Day on 2nd of June? So it is Telangana which has celebrated its Statehood Day on 2nd of June. It was year of 2014 when Telangana was created as the 29th state of India after separation from Andhra Pradesh. And remember that Andhra State Act 1953 formed Andhra State as the first linguistic state of India. In examinations, they frequently ask this question, that which is the first linguistic state in India. So it is Andhra State. Remember that it was Andhra State, not Andhra Pradesh. Don't confuse between it. Andhra State was later bifurcated. That is why it was referred to as Andhra State. And let's see some icons of Telangana State. The state bird of Telangana is Palapita. It is called as Indian roller or blue jay. State animal of Telangana is Jinka or deer. State tree of Telangana, Jammi Chettu, while state flower is Tangeddu. And these icons reflect the culture and tradition of Telangana state, and three of them, that is Tengaddu, flowers, Palapita and Jammi Chettu, are associated with the popular festival of Bathukamma. So remember that this Bathukamma festival is celebrated in Telangana. And Jinka reflects the mindset of people of Telangana as very sensitive and very innocent. Next question now, the headquarters of G7 is at? So it is headquartered nowhere, as G7 and G20 are two institutions which have no formal headquarters. So here D is the right answer. Next question now, consider the following statements about Central Employment Guarantee Council. See, it was constituted under section 10 of the Mahatma Gandhi Narega 2005. This statement is correct. The Central Employment Guarantee Council has been created under section 10 of Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, which was passed in the year of 2005. It is responsible for a central monitoring and evaluation system in MG Narega. This statement is also correct. So here both of these statements are correct. So again C is the right answer. And Union Minister of Rural Development, Agriculture and Farmers Welfare and Panchayati Raj Sri Narendra Singh Tomar has recently chaired the 21st meeting of Central Employment Guarantee Council. So here you get one more fact, that the meeting of Central Employment Guarantee Council is always chaired by Union Minister of Rural Development and Agriculture. And all-time high amount of rupees 61,500 crore has been allocated to Mahatma Gandhi Narega for the financial year of 2020-2021. Additionally, 40,000 crore has also been allocated for this program under Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. The next question now. Consider the following statements about 5th Science, Technology and Innovation Policy. See, it will be formulated by Office of the Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India and Department of Science and Tech. This statement is correct. This 5th Science, Technology, Innovation Policy will be formulated by Office of Principal Scientific Advisor and Department of Science Technology. It will take some months to prepare this policy, and it will integrate the lessons of pandemic, including the building of an Atmanirbhar Bharat by leveraging India's strength in research and development, huge markets, diversity, demographic dividends, and others. So here both of these statements are correct again, so C is the right answer. Next question now. A3I type or clade in news is a type of, so this A3I type is a type of coronavirus. So here C is the right answer. And recently scientists from Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology and Institute of Genomics and Integrative Biology of the CSIR, that is Council for Scientific Industry Research laboratories, have identified this coronavirus type, which is called as A3I. And scientists believe that this A3I type of coronavirus may be the second most prevalent in India and may comprise 3.5% of the total genomes globally. While A2A is considered to be the most dominant coronavirus clade or type in India, but not only in India, globally it is also considered to be the most dominant coronavirus type. And according to the analysis, A3I clade mutates slowly compared to A2A. So this statement is very important. Remember it, that A3I type of coronavirus mutates slowly compared to A2A, which is often disadvantageous for the virus, as it gives more time to the patient's body to generate antibodies to fight against such virus. It also gives more time to doctors to treat that patient. And A3I is the predominant strain circulating in Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Maharashtra and Delhi. And there are now 11 SARS-CoV-2 types of virus identified globally, with at least 6 of them are identified in India as well. So if you have not liked the video yet, do like it. Press the subscribe button as well as the bell icon so that you receive all the notifications at the earliest and never miss any opportunity to learn and grow every day. The next question is, Global Economic Prospects has been released by, so this Global Economic Prospects has been released by World Bank. So here C is the right answer. And according to this report, 60 million people could be pushed into extreme poverty in the year of 2020 because of COVID-19 pandemic throughout the world. But this number may increase further as the number of cases of COVID-19 is increasing very rapidly. Now let's see some additional facts. But before that, I would suggest those who are not taking weekly test seriously, please take that test very seriously. It is going to be very helpful in your examinations. I am emphasizing it again and again that those tests are going to be very important. When after the exams, aspirants will tell that many questions were from those tests. Those who are not taking those tests will regret. I am saying it again and again. So please take those tests. It is going to be very helpful, very helpful. So let's see. On June 3rd, 2020, Union Cabinet chaired by Prime Minister Modi approved the renaming of Kolkata Port Trust to Syama Prasad Mukherjee Port Trust. So now this Kolkata Port Trust will be called as Syama Prasad Mukherjee Port Trust. So who was Syama Prasad Mukherjee? He was founder of Bharatiya Janata Sangh, which was predecessor of Bharatiya Janata Party. And National Jal Jeevan Mission approved the annual action plan of Arunachal Pradesh to provide tap connection to all the rural households in the state by year of 2023. Remember the target? The target has been set to be 2023, by which tap connection will be provided to all the rural households. So I hope you find the video useful. Do like it, share the video with your friends and loved ones, subscribe to the channel as well as press the bell icon. Wait for the upcoming video. Until then, stay at your home, stay safe.